A long history of support of Joseph's House. I'm honored to have this opportunity because actually, John, I have a bone to pick with you. See? I'll fill you in. It was back in 2000, I had the opportunity to do an event at John's home. And I thought for sure after the event I had left such an impression. And today was going to be somewhat of a reunion. John was going to walk in and see me and, "Hey, Sean, my man, how are you? Been meaning to call you." But you know what? Nothing. Didn't even recognize me. That cut me deep, John. But I realized, 19 years later, and probably a million people, I still thought I had left an impression. But seriously, let me say this. It's funny, I mentioned 19 years ago. There's one thing I remember from that night. It had rained, just pouring rain at the end of the event. And it was a 2-lane road where all of the attendees had parked. And all these cars got stuck in the mud. And John stayed there in his, what do you call those things in the big houses? Anyways, his parking lot. John was in his parking lot, for lack of a better word.
You're not helping.
It wasn't a foyer, no. But anyway, John stayed there as we had people gather the cars and bring them to the guests. He stayed there till every last person left that night safely. And it was late. I'll tell you, it was really late. Anyway, he's a great guy. John established, as you know, the Bon Jovi Soul Foundation in 2006, whose mission is to break the cycle of poverty, hunger, and homelessness. The foundation has helped provide support for over 600 units of affordable and supportive housing in 10 states for thousands of people, including youth and veterans. Yes. The Soul Foundation's expanded missions helps those in need of a warm, nutritious meal, and now operates 2 JBJ Soul Kitchens in New Jersey, which I think is such a great concept. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, let's give John Bon Jovi a big Joseph House welcome.
Oh my goodness. Well, thank you everybody for being here, and thank you Joseph's House for organizing this incredible event. Thank you Trisha Bradley and Sean Sheikey for giving us the tour of the hub, because it really is fantastic. It's a great day here. Thank you Father Mike and Mayor Moran for your support and commitment to Joseph's House, and of course to Camden. Thank you Tim, and to the Connolly Foundation, Sandy and Subaru, and to all the Joseph's House donors. Thank you Liz. Thank you Liz for your story, because your courage and determination are an inspiration to so many, and humbling for somebody like me, but thank you very much. I'd also like to give a shout out to our JBJ Soul Foundation board members, most of whom are with us today. Craig Spencer, Steve Perna, Mimi Box, and our executive director, Heather Goldfarb. And a shout out to Leo Carlin and Sister Mary Scullion, who unfortunately couldn't be with us today, but are in spirit. Your friendship, your leadership, and commitment to social responsibility has made a visible difference in communities like this for 15 years now. And lastly, I'd like to thank everybody who supported the Joseph's House throughout this year and each year, especially the Joseph House employees, the service providers, and the partners. 10 years ago, we came to Camden with HUD officials to meet with city and community leaders, residents, and clergy members to learn more about the issues impacting Camden and to see how we could in fact help. In those early days, and in the eyes of many, transforming Camden seemed like an impossible task. But in the word impossible remained the word possible. And we all had something in common, that was the word hope. Proudly, the JBJ Soul Foundation took part in several transformational efforts, and through our partnership with the Greater Camden Partnership, the Heart of Camden, Hope Works in Camden, and the St. Joseph's Carpenter Society, we helped to stabilize and revitalize neighborhoods, and we brought affordable housing and home ownership to projects of both low and moderate income first-time homeowners. In 2013, we partnered with Joseph's House, along with the Connolly Foundation, the Camden City Office of the Mayor, City Council and the Camden County freeholders to take Hope to the next level when we funded the purchase and renovation of 555 Atlantic Avenue, expanding Joseph's House programs to provide more comprehensive services to those in need of food, safe and accessible shelter, medical and social services, all under one roof. Were we achieving the impossible? Maybe. But our partnership goes deeper than that, and more than just money. Members of our board and their families have all volunteered and served meals here at Joseph's House many times over the years. And today, we are taking Hope yet again to another level. None of this would be possible without each and every one of you in this room. For a decade now, Camden has held a very special place in my heart, and I have forged a number of friendships along the way. The spirit of Father Bob, who I will never forget, Pilar, who I saw in the back of the room there, Mayor Dana Red, and of course, Chief Scott Thompson. We've spent a lot of time here with the foundation, and I've also spent a lot of time here personally with my day job. I've made videos here and also produced a documentary highlighting the progress of Camden. Through organizations like Joseph's House, Hope is now visible. And on behalf of the JVJ Soul Foundation, I want to thank all of you for helping to bring solutions and hope to those who need it. Of course, there's much more work to do, but together, I know that we will continue to take Hope to the next level and achieve the possible. So thank you all very much for being here.